Hello everyone, this is Xanasham and this is part 20 of the World of Warcraft Let's Play. In this video we're going to be completing the rest of the Hinterlands questing, just like 2 minutes, and then we're going to be going to Western Plaguelands, and we're going to be doing about 3 videos worth of questing there, and apparently we're going to level a lot, because I thought, when I actually watched level 20 I thought it was going to be like level 38, but currently I'm level 36. And yet in episode 22 I'm level 40, so I don't know what happened in Western Plaguelands that made me level so much quicker. But I think those quests are better spread, the quests in Western Plaguelands are better concentrated. They're much easier, they're much quicker to do, and they're much more fun than the questing that we've been seeing in Arathi Highlands and Hinterlands. For me, I found Hinterlands to be a slight improvement over Arathi Highlands. I thought the first half of the zone, those questing were probably the best ones. The questing regarding Jin Furlough and the trolls wasn't that interesting. I didn't really find it that fun. And these quests here regarding Shadra's eyes, they're not horrible, they're quite decent. And the quest we're doing here is we have to just put some rituals on top of all the towers here. And the quest here, and then we'll summon a freaking massive spider. Yes. This is what the entire point of all this questing was, to get this spider to appear out of the lake. I don't know how it managed to even fit in that lake, because the lake isn't even that deep, and then it just destroys itself in its own ass. I don't even know how that worked. But interesting thing to note, that spider used to appear prior to Cataclysm. It wasn't attributed to any general quest, for it might have been attributed to a quest, but it was a rare mob that was elite, and it would kill you quite horribly, and it would periodically appear, but in all my times while leveling and playing this game, I've only seen it once prior to Cataclysm, and that was when I was high level, so I never had the misfortune to be killed by it. But now you get to enact your revenge if you were ever killed by that spider in a quest where all the undead help you, so it's very difficult to actually fail that quest. And afterwards you get a nice upgrade for a blue upgrade, for I don't remember what blue I actually got. And now we're going to be going all the way to Andoral in the Western Plaguelands, and this is Daramir Lake. Yes. And this is the husk. Apparently there was just a random silver elite here, and we managed to get some nice experience from it. Yes, we did. Yes, the Western Plaguelands is one of the zones in Cataclysm that got changed a lot. It had its entire questing reworked. I'm trying to think if there's any quests in Western Plaguelands that are exactly the same as they were before. I think this is a completely redone zone. Certainly a lot of the scenery's changed, almost everything's changed in the zone. Like there's a few things that stay the same, like the Chillwind camp in the south, I think, is exactly the same for the Argent Dawn, but everything else is completely different. Like Skolomance, the outside of Skolomance is the same, but no one goes there anyway, so no one really cares if it's different at all anyway. Once you get to Andoral, you get some quests, and the first quest is to Scourge first, Alliance later. Now, we've decided to actually kill the Scourge first to help the Alliance, because both the Alliance and the Undead. Killing the Scourge will get the Scourge out of the way very, very quickly. So we're just concentrating on the Scourge, and then we can deal with the Alliance afterwards. We have to kill 15 designated Scourge, and you can just kill anything except for the opening Behemoths. Apparently, they don't count Behemoths as Scourge. You have to kill 6 open get Behemoths. Just to note, they will actually pull you towards them, so make sure to have one of your abilities to get out of very close combat with you if you are in low health. Otherwise you're going to get really, really horribly hurt, because it does pull you and it does do like 59 to 100 damage. So if you're on low health and you're like clothy, it mightn't be a good idea to not pull them if you're in low health. So yes, that kind of goes without saying, really. And the other quest is the Endless Flow. At the beginning of this questing here, we were throwing bombs. You have to destroy like a few of those bone gut a few of those skeletons, and you also destroy the Animus that was animating dead skeletons, and that would just cut off the Scourge reinforcements. As you can probably see, there is also a leech. That leech has been killed so many times. They've been questing so many times, but apparently that isn't canon anymore. There used to be quite a lot of quests regarding the leech in the center prior to Cataclysm that required you to get his head, but apparently he's now managed to regrow his own head again, and you have to kill his head again. Yes. I don't know how many lives leeches had, but like cats, apparently. Yes, this is the Araj the Summoner. Now I remember his name. Araj the Summoner was his level 50 elite mob that was kind of horrible when you were leveling, because He had lots of like mobs protecting him. Like he had like about 6 non-elite mobs as well. So it was horrible trying to solo him. And he would sometimes, when you were going through this place, you'd somehow manage to pull him aggro by random, because for some reason, prior to Classicism, there was something wrong with his aggro range, and he would actually aggro people from a long, long, long way away, more than the normal elite should actually have. And then you have his phylactery, which, yeah, that's what you had to collect. It wasn't the head of Araj the Summoner prior to Cataclysm, it was the phylactery, and the phylactery contains his essence or something. I'm not quite sure how it works, but it's something that he really can't live without, so I don't really understand how we could survive without it. Again, it's probably because none of the questing prior to Cataclysm in this zone is canon. Well, some of it is, because all the Scourge have gone, like the Plague Cauldrons have gone, but apparently, yeah, it's not the same anymore. This is the Ravanian, where we are killing basically some of these Scholomance mobs, or yeah, Scholomance mobs have decided to come into Andoril to try to save Andoril. But we managed to beat them back down. As you can see here, Thessarian and Koltira Deathweaver are fighting. We're fighting Dasmaster Gandling, and then he retreated into Scholomance, and we can kill him later once we actually go to Scholomance in this questing experience. Now what we've seen here is Koltira Deathweaver and Thessarian. And Thessarian are old war buddies. They were friends in Knights of the Even Blade in Wrath of Lich King. Now we're on opposing side. Koltira Deathweaver is leader of the Horde. Horde forces in Western Plaguelands or Andoril, and the Thessarian is the head of the human or alliance military, or most of them well, actually it's all human. All the troops inside Andoril are just human military, so Stormwind military, and he's in charge of them. And apparently they decided to take, well, after they managed to kill the Scourge, instead of Koltira Deathweaver making the smart move in order to kill the alliance quickly and drive them out of Andoril, he decides to make a truce. He decides to make a truce, which allows the Alliance to regroup and makes it that much harder for the undead to take Andoril, which is kind of a terrible military decision and is based more on friendship than anything, which is not something that apparently Sylvanas would want us to know about, which means that we were ordered by Koltira Deathweaver never to mention it to anyone, which would be a good thing, because something horrible happens to him, as we find out later in this questing. That's not really a spoiler, because this is just questing anyway, and it's not really a spoiler. I don't know. Maybe it's a spoiler, but in the next video you're going to see it anyway, so it's not really that much of a spoiler. The questing we got here is the... Yeah, I made a spoiler, sorry. The questing we got here is, after the Crusade, we have to find the Scarlet Crusade camp. Apparently, the Scarlet Crusade have completely left Western Plaguelands. No Scarlet Crusade presence whatsoever, and we need to scout the final camp in order to confirm that there's no Scarlet Crusade presence in this place at all. The other quest is Latent Disease, and we need to collect 20 Plague Tangles. Now what you're seeing me doing here is killing tons of black bears. I'm actually doing this quest wrong. I thought the quest was bugged. No, I'm not doing... The quest is not bugged. What you needed to do is you needed to kill plagued bears, and around the corpses when they fall on the floor there's these little like red patches of grass, and you just click on them and collect 20 of them. There's 5 that spawn every single time you kill a plagued bear. The other quest is Foxes and Hounds. Apparently the Alliance are finding themselves way too overconfident, treating this place as a new Stormwind or Alliance piece of land, and decided to go around hunting using... They're going around hunting for livestock, and they've also set their foxes around the place, and the undead are not too happy about that. They're not too happy that the Alliance have decided to expand this close to Tristfall Glades and are completely ignoring the undead presence in the area. So we're going to teach them a lesson and just randomly, well, not randomly, we're going to horribly kill them. Now, regarding the changes to the... Now, in Cataclysm they added the fox model and the dog model. I'm kind of unhappy they only added the bull mastiff model, because I would thought they would be much more funny to have more dogs, like a poodle. Who would not want a pet poodle that would send into battle? And they come on, they're vicious. Poodles are vicious dogs. It would be incredibly, incredibly useful to have a poodle as a hunter pet. It would also look damn hilarious, but you can have hilarious pets already. Like, come on, and a rhino. Well, a rhino isn't that hilarious. Trying to think of a hilarious pet. Can you even have an elephant? I don't even know if you can actually tame an elephant. How many hilarious pets are there? I don't think there are actually that many. And apparently the video finished while I was still in train of thought, but I didn't actually go anywhere. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. If you want to like the video, please like. If you want to comment, please comment. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Peace out.